It's Toilet Tunes. And now we pause. It's Toilet Tunes. I'm your host, Sarah Morris. Folks come to my big green bathroom somewhere north of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we sing a little, we talk a bit, we put it out on the internet just in time for your Friday afternoon. Of course it's the internet, so you go on and watch it when you choose. But there's a new episode coming out real soon. So stay toilet tuned, stay toilet tuned. And that was our pause. My name is Sarah Morris, and I invite people into my bigger bathroom, people like Mary Bue.
So happy to be here.
It's been years since Mary's been in my bathroom. I'm very glad we're fixing that.
Me too.
And we're fixing it in a really amazing way.
Mm-hmm.
With a little Kim Carnes.
1, 2, 3, go. Her hair is hollow gold, her lips sweet surprise. Her hands are never cold. She's got Bette Davis eyes and burn her music on you. You won't have to think twice. She's pure as New York snow. She's got Bette Davis eyes, and she'll tease you, she'll unease you on a bed just to please you. She's precocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. She's got Greta Garbo stand outside. She's got Bette Davis eyes. She'll let you take her home. You whet her appetite. She'll lay you on her throne. She's got Bette Davis eyes. She'll take a tumble on you, roll you like you were dice till you come up blue. She's got Bette Davis eyes. She'll expose you when she slows you off her feet with the crumbs that she throws you. She's ferocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Bette Davis eyes. And she'll tease you, she'll unease you on a bed just to please you. She's precocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. And all the boys think she's a spy. She's got Bette Davis eyes. Oh, she'll tease you, she'll unease you, oh, just to please you. She's got Bette Davis eyes. She'll expose you when she snows you, 'cause she knows you. She's got Bette Davis eyes.
What do you think?
I think, yeah.
Mary Bue, Mary Bue. beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
I haven't looked enough into Bette Davis's eyes to know, but I'm looking at yours. I love them.
A lot of eyeliner today.
It's a good day for that. I washed my hair today, and then I was like, that's bad for 80s day. Like, it doesn't have the grit, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not what we're here for. We are here to talk about, you've got an exciting year
Yes.
that you're about to offer to all of us who are big Mary Bue fans. One of whom is me. So tell us about the plan. How are we going to spend our
my
2024 with you?
There's so much unfolding that I don't even know.
Well, that's true.
We're
for
living
us
in the
always.
uncertainty.
But yes, but specifically musically.
I know.
What have you been working on that you're getting ready to share with us?
I have a new album that's done. It's mastered. It's ready to go. It's called The Wildness of Living and Dying. It's going to be a nice lighthearted album. We are doing, shall I talk about the show?
You mean the show that I made you a poster for?
You made me a
post-it?
Yeah.
Poster. A poster and a post-it. Talk about this show.
We're doing a new album preview on May 17th at the Ice House in Minneapolis. And what does that mean? It means the album is not ready to be sold, but we're gonna play the thing in its entirety with cello, violin, Julia Floberg-Peterson, Shannon Fried-Rubin, Jeremy Ilvesacker, Steve Price, and Richard Medic.
I mean, your band is killer.
It's kind of the best.
I think.
Well, I love other bands too.
What I love about this is then when the album comes out, because everyone will be at this show, then they'll know all the words for the next.
I hope so.
For the release party when you do get to buy the album.
I hope so.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And someone special is opening at this. Am I right?
Yes, 2 special openers, supporters, Molly Mayer and the Gilded Quadriga. So that Molly Mayer, as we know, has a few different outfits, and this one has harpist Nikki Lemire, a harpist, my friend, which by the way, her mom, I took harp lessons for 2 years.
From her mom?
From her mom. And I just put it together. I was like, oh my God, but I was terrible. It was at UMD. I was actually 17.
At the harp, though? I mean,
I loved it, but I was just like, I moved out. I was 17. I was actually a senior in high school, living in the dorms. So I just was kind of like a free-for-all. But anyway, I love the harp.
Yeah,
so Nikki, Eric Koskinen is in that outfit, and Richard as well. So Richard is doing double duty. And then Dandy L. Frayling from Milwaukee's coming.
Amazing.
She's awesome.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yes.
So May 17th, I think it's a Friday.
Yes. Yep.
And you should be there.
I would love that.
Yes. On your website,
Yep.
presumably all the information.
True.
You have a cover single that came out not long ago.
Yes.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Correct.
That's available to listen to now. Is anything from the new album ready to listen
I
to?
put out a single actually 2 years ago of It's Bones in the Marrow. it's
Oh,
called.
yes.
So the album has kind of that feeling. It's very lush, strings, spacious.
These are all words that I love.
I wanted it to be a little, I don't know, it's not exactly what I expected. I was going for a little more poppy, upbeat, but it definitely did not do that.
Sometimes the children don't behave.
No, it's true. But it all works together. I'm excited. I'm very proud of it. So
I'm excited too.
And I wanted to tell you about that cover song.
Yeah.
So
do it.
So Bette Davis Eyes.
Yes, that's right. The one we did, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
On my birthday,
Which is coming up really soon.
May 12th, but my actual birthday when I was born, May 12th, 1981, Bette Davis Eyes was the #1 single. Isn't that cool? And it's crazy because I stayed, so Bette Davis had she had horses outside of Los Angeles in Burbank.
Okay.
And she had this ranch house that her horse tender or whatever they're called, rancher lived.
I always call them my horse tender.
Yeah, I know.
But I call them my horse tender.
You and your horse tender.
Yes.
Oh my. Well, there's a little Airbnb that you could rent where the horse tender lived.
That's amazing.
And I stayed there and I was like, Bette Davis, this is her vibe. And then I became a little bit I bought a book about her. It's called This Lonely Life. I haven't read it yet.
Which is a good song title for someday too.
Right. But anyway.
That's awesome.
What a mysterious thing. And then to find out
That song was
That's-
number one when
you're
I came into the
intertwined.
world. Yes.
When we lived in Nashville, my husband worked at a store that was like an REI, but was like a Nashville. It's still there. It's called Cumberland Transit. It's great.
Oh my.
And Kim Carnes came in like and I think he helped her buy something.
That's so cool.
Right?
And kind of chose that song because my voice is a little raspy lately.
I feel like April, May is a good time. We should just all be singing.
Yeah.
Best Kim Carnes.
Yes.
We'll do our best Lauren Bacall and we'll do our best Kim Carnes. This is what we will bring. Mary, I've got to ask you a really important question. How do you feel about coffee?
I love coffee.
Yes.
I drink a lot of coffee.
Me too.
I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to, but I want to.
Right. I think
Yeah.
that's... Sometimes we call it a have to, and then we just... Actually, the accurate language is want.
Yeah, I'm a little obsessive about it. Like, when I tour or travel anywhere, I bring a French press and a kettle. And
I do... Mine is an AeroPress and a kettle,
Nice.
but also, like, we don't have time for
No.
the crappy coffee.
Nope.
What? Let me tell you about Winnow MN. Do you know about Winnow MN?
No.
I'm going to make a mess here. But Winnow MN is a coffee roasting subscription service.
Cool.
They are a supporter of Toad Tunes.
Oh.
Once you become a subscriber at Winnow MN, they will, at the beginning of each month, send you a freshly roasted bag of beans from a local roaster. In April, we've been drinking Norte Cafe 100% Colombian beans. It's a light roast. I used to be dark roast only, but as the more I learn about coffee, the more I love, guess what, all roasts.
It's pretty.
As long as they're done well. And I just think coffee, as I say here, fuels dreamers.
Absolutely.
And it's roasted by dreamers, and I love that. So you go to Winnow MN and you use code STAYToiletTune for $5 off your
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank. I know.
What a friend.
I know. Thank you for being a friend. On Toilet Tunes, I like to ask some questions, Mary, and I'm hoping you will let me ask them of you.
I'm ready.
The first one is, will you tell me something good? Tell me. I'm not usually standing when I do this, so I was like, or like so close. I'm like, oh, I can like do that.
Yes.
Plus I'm wearing this sassy shirt. Okay, tell me something good then.
Oh, what to tell you? Oh my gosh. Dancing. Dancing
Yes?
is good. I dance
Yes.
every day, you guys. And ladies and all genders.
I think I remember you talking about that on Hey, I Miss You.
Yeah, I dance every day. In the morning.
Yeah.
Kind of first thing.
What does that practice look like for you?
Well, it's
Better than what I'm doing for you right now?
Yeah, no, it's exactly that. It's, I'm like a raver. That my past is
Okay.
raving. Like Daft Punk was at my first rave before they got big.
That's amazing.
They were at Minneapolis. Yeah, it was like
Wow.
1995 or something.
Oh.
So yeah, I put on like electronic music.
Yeah.
Free weights. It's kind of dorky. It's kind of like Olivia Newton-John.
You're holding weights.
Yep.
And you're dancing.
Well, I'll like it'll be like hit, but like with dancing.
Okay.
So like high intensity dancing,
That's
and then I lift
amazing.
weights.
I don't do that. I don't do that first thing.
But it feels good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. I just think like
Simple.
I forget to like move my body.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
even though I'm not a dancer, then
But you
it's just
run,
good.
right?
I run, but that's a single plane.
Yep, I do.
And
that
I
too.
think there is something about like we actually have other ways that are there's like a whole spiral system,
Oh, yeah.
like there's things that we can
Oh,
do
yeah.
with our bodies, and as much as I love running, it's a little bit the robot, and I think it's good to like also like do the lateral
Yes.
or the diagonal.
My first yoga teacher trainer, Tracy Weber, she always said that we don't bend laterally unless you have an old car that has a window that you roll down. Because now it's just a button, but because you're not like lifting on the shelf and like
Yeah.
whoa,
Right.
yeah.
No, that's true.
Unless you're like doing yoga and stuff,
Yeah.
that otherwise we don't really twist or side bend. Twisting like, and we don't even twist really because we're not
Let's
like
twist.
backing up.
But it does feel good to like. This is what we're encouraging everyone. I did not know. This is what happens when I'm not sitting down, apparently. And I'm with Mary Bue. I'm like, let's just like do kind
in
of
the body.
full body things. Dancing is good.
Yeah.
Do you ever go out like dancing at night?
I need to. And
Yeah.
I want to, but I haven't in a long time. It's so dumb.
Maybe time.
It is time.
Yeah.
So comment here on the video where you like to go
Where
dancing.
do you like to go dancing? I like that. Okay, that is a good thing. Now the next question is, Mary, where are you learning right now?
Where am I learning?
Yeah.
Oh my god. where am I learning? Like, about what? About anything?
You know, like where in your life is learning happening? So it could be a physical space. I learn in my, kitchen or whatever, but it could also be a heart space or like just some area of knowledge that's growing for you, whatever it means to you.
Wow. Okay. A few things come to mind.
Yeah.
So I'm a big proponent of therapy.
Yes.
And I am getting an ADHD assessment.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm learning about myself in that way. I'm not sure if I have it, but I don't know. I take those quizzes and I have it.
According to BuzzFeed? No, what's a good quiz? What's my daughter's always doing quizzes on something, but no.
Yeah.
That's a good...
Yeah, there's one called Inflow, and I took it and I had it. And then it also said that I have rejection sensitive dysphoria, which is kind of terrible because it makes you feel like everything's a rejection. And then I'm like a highly sensitive person too, so I'm just learning about like my emotions just throw me on the floor. Like I'm extremely emotional and sensitive, and like so I'm learning how to like I'm learning about boundaries. I'm learning about like attachment. And like my ways of distraction and dissociation. So I'm looking at all of that.
It's good. It's good.
Kind of sucks.
It's empowering, I think, right? And
right.
I think the ADHD thing is very interesting because there's been just a big conversation lately about women because it presents differently and like typically is what they say like in female bodies than it does like and I think I'm cheering you on for that.
Yeah, and like being a self-employed entrepreneur, like the time management and just like have to put everything out there so that everybody sees it and knows what the heck you're offering. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know it's relatable. And then it's just like the overwhelm factor. But also learning. I host retreats too.
Yes.
So I spend a lot of time learning about. Well, I go to the places. First, and
by places she means magical places.
Yes. So
she's not just going to Plymouth.
No.
Although Plymouth is lovely.
Absolutely. Bloom where you're planted.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
so like I've learned so much about world history, which is like barely anything because my retention is challenging, but through travel and through art museums and like my last retreat was in Bali, co-hosted with my teacher Tara Cindy Sherman. We've got another one coming next year, and so learning all about Balinese history and colonization and like brutal wars and like, but then like the resilience and the preservation of culture and religion and so it's just fascinating and. I have so much reverence for the places I go and just like learning about the land and what has happened and
it's beautiful. That's good learnings. That's really good learnings.
Thank you.
So where are you learning is acute. It's kind of like right now what's happening for you. And the next question is to me the like consistent version of it. What for you is the steady beat of it? Something you can always return to or that returns to you. Something that ultimately supports you or restores you or it's just a steady beat in your life. And then I always say that and then I like give a non-steady beat. But I want it to be Johnny Castle from, Good Gun.
I love
Good
that.
Gun. That's not very steady either. But anyways, what's your steady beat?
Mantra practice.
Okay.
So I do since I think 2017. I've been doing about a 15-minute mantra practice. So I do a little yoga movement. And then I do kind of like I try and do this every day.
Yeah.
And so I do like a little bit of postures and then seated breath. And then I do kind of like a cleansing and grounding practice. And then I chant a mantra to an energy that I'm working with 108 times. So it takes about, that whole practice is like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Do you come up with the mantra or is there like a mantra supplier?
Mantra supplier. Well, I've been working with the Hindu pantheon. So I study deeply the goddesses in the Hindu pantheon. Ooh. So right now I'm working with Lalita Tripura Sundari, and Lalita is the goddess of erotic spirituality. Yeah, so she's love and bliss and also protection and just embodiment and the bliss and terror of life and finding the beauty in challenges.
And the wildness of living and dying.
Yes, exactly.
Would you say? That's the title of the upcoming album.
Yes.
If you've already forgotten, don't forget. Okay, the last question is, will you take us by the ear and spin us out to something that you're listening to that's getting your ears hot and bothered, which my definition of hot and bothered is like what's turning you on.
Ooh. You know, it's funny, we were going to do another song for this.
That's true.
And so I get earworms.
Yeah.
I get songs in my head. And Robert Palmer came in, Addicted to Love. And I've been listening to a lot of Robert Palmer.
I don't know that I've ever gone past that song.
Yeah,
so should I?
You should. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep, there's a funny song called Johnny and Mary. And the other ones are escaping me, but my absolute favorite band is Metric.
Okay.
I love Metric. I love that like electronica, kind of like ethereal soprano vocal, breathy. So Metric, Churches, Fantagram, XX, like I love that type of vibe.
Cool. I will link to Metric and Deep Cut Robert Palmer below. All right, this is the time of the show where we remind everyone May 17th at Ice House. As we are taping this, it's going to be at May 17th at the Ice House.
Yes.
It's amazing. And so you should get your tickets. I will have, the ticket link is already up.
Yes. Yep.
So I've linked to that below. And you should follow Mary Bue. Mary's got a Patreon. Mary has a beautiful email list. So bare minimum thing that you're doing after we get off this Zoom call, we'll pretend, after we get off our weekly meeting, go sign up for Mary's email list so that you get all the stuff, which will then like follow you hopefully to the Patreon. But you'll learn everything about the wildness of living and dying in real time that way, as it's coming out. And you can also learn more about Mary's retreats, and because there's just a lot of wonderful things that you can do to spend time with Mary.
Thank you so much.
It's real true. I want to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors are, again, WinnowMN.
Yum.
Stay toilet tuned for $5 off. That's your code. Thank you, Winnow. We just love you. And then we have a sponsorship in kind with the Wyoming area creative arts community, and you were just there recently for their Songwriter in the Round. Can you tell everybody how it was?
Yes, the Hallberg Center of the Arts, right? Or for the Arts. So sweet. It's the last Thursday of every month.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
And so 3 songwriters do about 6 songs each and kind of build off each other one song at a time. So somebody plays and then somebody gets an idea off that and plays another, and just a lot of like talking and sometimes singing together if you can find it. But yeah, it was super sweet, really nice community, and the art show was amazing. The photographer right now, there's a photographer named Peter something.
Cool.
And it was like a lot of New Mexico photos, like the Sangre de Cristo mountains. And I was just like sitting there like, oh, I'm so in love with New Mexico. So
yes, that's right.
I felt right at home. Yeah, the art was great.
That's awesome. And I think they rotate the art monthly as well.
Awesome.
So by the time that you go, I think the next show has Chris Koza, and I can't remember who else is on it, but that's enough because he's a fantastic songwriter. And the nice thing for all of you Toilet Tune watchers who are not Minnesota bound is they YouTube it. So you can actually get your coffee, turn up the old YouTube, and like watch the live stream.
Yep, and then it's, mine is able to be watched.
Right, you could go back and watch. You were with Dan Israel and Charlie Roth.
Yes.
And they are both fantastic as well.
Are.
And I bet,
really
I feel
sweet.
like the intersection of the different people, like usually when I've gone, I've known one person and not known another, and like, that means you're getting this one-time experience, and like things pop out of the energy of those 3 different people sharing that space, and I'm a sucker for such things. I think you are too.
Yes, it was great. It
The
was
last
so sweet.
thing that we get to do is thank my Patreons, my Sarah subscribers, who make it possible for me to like say, hey, you want to come hang out in my bathroom?
That's so cute. I love that you do that. I gotta do that for mine.
You should do it. It's a very
Aw.
therapeutic, and here's the hearts in need of some friends. If anyone wanted to join it. And you can see where my coffee stains have gotten. Like, it's not clean.
This is so sweet.
But you know, it's like
And I'm one, is that
you
me?
sure are. That's you. That's the Mary. That's Mary.
Sarah's Patreons.
That's
wonderful.
right. Oh, as is yours. I really do love that ability to like connect with artists.
Me too.
Um,
It means so much.
so if you're interested in joining, I've got a link to that below. And it's May. We only have a few more episodes of Toilet Tunes left because then Toilet Tunes takes a summer break because I got kids around the house all the time. And I do a lot of songwriting in the summer. So what I'm asking you is that you come back for the next few Fridays at noon and hang out with us. That you follow Mary Bue. Until I see you next time, stay toilet tuned and dance every morning.